No one can deny the important role nutrition plays in maintaining a healthy, balanced lifestyle. Not only are we becoming one of the most obese nations in the world, but medical research confirms that our energy levels, our immune system, our ability to cope with life changes, and even our mental well-being are directly linked to what we feed our bodies. We've all experienced times when we have chosen to ignore a healthy, balanced diet and instead replaced it with a good helping of fast food supplemented by a sugar and chocolate fix, or, due to our busy schedules, have even skipped meals. If we allow this to become a regular eating pattern, our bodies reap the consequences. Now, please don't misunderstand me. I am not suggesting that we should spend our days counting our calorie intake while we munch on a stick of celery, depriving ourselves and feeling undernourished. But I am advocating that if we want to live a healthy, balanced life, then it is important to monitor and control what we feed into our bodies. The same is true spiritually speaking. Without sufficient and regular nutrition, our inner life begins to suffer the consequences. Our souls long to be fed, nourished, and energized on a regular basis. When we fail to set time aside to absorb healthy spiritual food, reading the scriptures, quietness and solitude, prayer, it is not long before the consequences begin to take effect, and it's not a pretty sight. We start to operate in our own strength rather than in the strength of God's Spirit, and as a result we become more self-centered, more demanding, less gentle and patient, and the fruits of the Spirit that have been seeded and growing within us begin to become less evident and lose their power and impact. And the outcome is that we begin to display signs of spiritual malnutrition. In the well-known story of his encounter with the Samaritan woman at the well, Jesus turns the conversation around from physical nutrition to spiritual nutrition and says to her, "If you drink from Jacob's well, you'll be thirsty again and again. But if anyone drinks the living water I give them, they will never thirst again and will be forever satisfied. For when you drink the water I give you, it becomes a gushing fountain of the Holy Spirit, springing up and flooding you with endless life." John 4 verses 13 and 14. Then, just a few chapters later, when speaking to his disciples about spiritual health and vitality, Jesus says, "You must continually let my love nourish your hearts." In both these accounts, John not only stresses the importance of spiritual nutrition, but clearly points to the source of spiritual health, a living, vibrant relationship with him. And the invitation he gave to the Samaritan woman and to his disciples, he also extends to you and me: spiritual nourishment, continual satisfaction, and endless life. Why would we refuse?